It's the
Westhavenbrook question and answer show. Oh yeah, it's the Westhavenbrook question and answer show.
Dog times. Dog times. Q&A time.
I'm the Dave Man asks, if you were the first man who stepped foot on planet Mars, what would your first epic historical words be? And do you think John Carter will be there with his Princess of Mars bride? I haven't seen it yet. But if I walked on Mars, I would say, where's the food? I'm from Justin Eats. Get it?
If I got to walk on Mars, my first words would be, where on Earth am I?
If I was to walk on Mars, that is, my first words would probably be, shit!
Gravity's different here on Mars.
Get it? That was, you had to really think about, why would he fall down?
This is a science joke.
It was a math joke, but for science.
Yeah, it was a descriptive math joke. Well, it was a performance math. It was performance math. The other part of the question is, do you think John
Also asking, do you think John Carter will be there with his hot, unbelievably sexually attractive bride?
Is that what he said? He asked that? I don't think so.
That was my interpretation after the trailer.
There's a couple of factors to consider here.
Please inform me.
According to Edgar Rice Burroughs' books, John Carter doesn't age. So, you know, as long as nothing happened on Mars, we know that they were out of water for the most part, so who knows. But if nothing else happened, John Carter's still alive. I can't say too much about the girl. Like, I don't know how Martians age. In the book, actually, it says they live to be 1,000 years old, so...
Just like Moses.
Yeah.
Was Moses 1,000 years old?
I don't remember. He got pretty old, though. Hundreds and hundreds of years old, at least. Because that's what people did back then. The girl, she also hatched out of an egg. Did you know that?
I didn't.
Yeah, that's
spoilers!
It's not
spoilers!
It's not in the movie.
Oh, thank you.
The movie covers like 20 years of time, and they don't explain why he doesn't get older. But it's in the book. He's not older. What? Huh?
What? What?
And I pulled up my book in the theater, and I was like, oh, right!
What? This is less accurate than the Hunger Games.
So that's what I would say when I got to Mars. Oh, this isn't as cool as I thought it was going to be.
Pablum Films asks, could you review some of the major props from the Danger Element? Yeah! To properly answer this question, we got to think about who deserves the biggest props. So I'm thinking people like Ben Page, because
he deserves major props.
Because he dealt with a lot of major material.
Yeah, he made a lot of the best items that were used in the film, so I give him major props.
Yep.
Get it? Do you get it? Are we being clear enough? You get the joke? Jeez!
Okay, so here's some of the props you may have seen in the web series The Danger Element. This gun is the gun that Ben Page's character, Mr. Saltzman, uses throughout the series. This is a prop that I put together using techniques I learned from Mr. Rob Schraub. John and I went and bought a lot of parts one day. We went and got some shop vac parts at a hardware store. And then I fitted them to this toy gun. Used some PVC parts and some tubing from a '65 Mustang. What do they want? What do they want? What do they want? What do they want? We just got Jehovah's Witnessed. Back to important things. So it's still fully functional. Took it apart, spray painted it, put it back together. Did some hand paint touch-ups. It's pretty good. It's alright. The Danger Element! This was a real simple one. John drew up some concept art, and me and Adam Parker went to Home Depot or something and bought a bunch of PVC pipe. It's just PVC. Script, you know, really took some heavy gauge sandpaper, scratched it up. Spray painted it, hand painted it, lacquered it. The infinity symbol was done by, like, you know, putting tape down, carving out with an X-Acto knife. Typical paint apps. Derwit's helmet. This was an awesome thing to actually have finally be made. John and I had been like messing around with the character of Derwit for like 11 years now. And so to actually see the helmet come to life was like a dream come true. It's just a motorcycle helmet that you can buy, you know, that kind of like Nazi looking motorcycle helmet. The horns are off a Viking helmet you can buy at Halloween times. My dad, Austin, he fabricated, you know, how to get them into the helmet. The button, John drew this crazy red face, and Wes Page, father of actor Ben Page, made this. It's just a button, and I put a magnet on here, and ta-da! You got yourself a Derwit helmet. Ta-da! The Luciferian armbands, the symbol of the Luciferians. This was designed by Amy Bethel. She created the armbands out of fabrics. Once again, Wes Page made a button based on some concept art that John and I kind of worked on, trying to figure out what would be a cool symbol for a bunch of Luciferians to have. Fortunate's gas mask, another character that we've been tossing around in Westhavenbrook for a decade. It's just a gas mask you can get at your army surplus store, and like some hose for like one of those swimming pool vacuums or something. You know, spray painted black, just some weird plastic pieces that I found that kind of fit. You actually, this mask, because we had to fill this in for the tubes, you actually breathe through the front. This was just an excess part off of a generic Nerf gun that, you know, spray painted to look metallic and hot glue gunned it in place, and that's it. I mean,
this character has been played by so many different people. Justin had to reconstruct this thing after every shoot, pretty much.
Yep.
And while we were doing the fight scene with Cody, I was jamming it back together and painting it while Cody was wearing it. I'm so glad that he didn't die from paint inhalation. This is Enki's rifle, and it was based on a drawing that I did, and I gave it to Ben Page, and he projected it onto this piece of wood to carve it out, and it's just like the size that it came out to. I didn't realize that the barrel was going to be this huge, but it is kind of what I was looking for. It's one of my favorite props ever. This is a Benedictine medal that I bought and mailed to him, and he embedded it in the handle, which was really important for me for some reason. And I really like the way that he carved this stock here, the way it zigzags back and forth. It's made out of like PVC and wood and metal and found materials like, you know, like cupboard handles and drawer handles and stuff. It's really incredible.
Very steampunky looking.
I like it. It's neat. Well, you know, not practical. It's not a practical weapon, but I like the way it looks. This is Enki's pistol, which I just, you know, I wanted to have be reminiscent of the rifle.
How does she shoot it?
Like a cowboy or like somebody in an old detective movie. You know, in the detective movies, they'd come in, they'd like kick the door in, and they'd be like, hold it right there. You know, like holding their gun in the most impractical fashion that they could. And the madder they would, the more ridiculous and impossible it would be to shoot the gun. It'd be like, all right. They get right next to the guy. Come here. So those are some of our major props. I hope you enjoyed today's question and answer show. Today's episode was brought to you by the letter P for props. Get it? Bye now.
Westhavenbrook, question and answer show. Oh yeah, it's the Westhavenbrook question and answer show.